Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today we'll be doing a reading for the sign of Cancer for the month of March 2023. Welcome to March. I can't believe we are already in March. I feel like the year just started. How can we be in March already? As you know, dear Cancer, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate. Only take the parts that do resonate, that do relate to you specifically, and everything else, just leave it for someone else. As you know, I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the Tower card clarified by the Seven of Cups. In the obstacle position, we have the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Emperor. In the present position, we have the Two of Swords, clarified by the Chariot. And in the future outcome position, we do have the Ten of Wands, clarified by the Page of Pentacles. So let's get right into this spread, because the month of March is going to be a March for you, a month where you will be releasing beliefs, releasing thoughts that no longer help you achieve your goals. You will be releasing all the things that you are kind of carrying with you on a daily basis, and you will be a transformed human being by the end of this month. So as you go through the month of March, make sure to get enough rest, and remember, you want to get some quality rest, not the rest that keeps your mind kind of worried or stressed. You definitely want to distract. Short-term distractions allow your mind to bounce back. Long-term distractions, like playing games for hours on end, or watching something on TV for long periods of time, that's not a good distraction. But short-term distractions help your mind refocus, reconcentrate. Getting together with friends, reading a good book, taking a walk. If you have a dog, that's even better. Connecting with animals. Definitely, you want to take as much self-care in the month of March as you can possibly fit into this particular month. We do have the Tower clarified by the Seven of Cups in the past position. It's great that this combination is in the past position, because you have passed, you have completed that awakening that the Tower brings. That emotional turmoil is behind you, but you may still feel like there are feelings and thoughts that are still lingering. The Tower is not a scary card. The significance of the Tower, the symbolism of the Tower, is this card was created to remind us of the Tower of Babel. And the Tower of Babel is something that happened a long time ago. There were people that moved into this one spot, and they started building a city, and then they decided to build a tower, and they kept building it higher and higher and higher and higher and closer to the sky and closer to the sky. And God got mad and struck it down. And so what you see is, this very, very tall tower, and this arrow is actually it's symbolic for truth, coming down and destroying the tower. And so when you get the Tower card, it's about sometimes broken pride, which doesn't feel, very pleasant, obviously, but it's very much a blessing in disguise. It is designed to free you from something that is enslaving you. And so back to the story is that why did those people, ancient people from some ancient city, keep building this tower? Why did God get mad? Because the people were trying to get closer closer to God and be like God. And so, God was like, you're not equal to me. There can only be one God, and you are people of earth, so stay close to earth. Don't try and get too ahead of yourself, essentially. And so the tower falling is like a reset. It's like a check, that kind of puts you back in a real world, that kind of shatters an illusion. And that's what happened, because the Seven of Cups is a card of illusions, and fantasies and choices. So the tower here is kind of symbolizing that the shattering of illusions, the shattering of difficult, dreams that you may have had, trying to build something that wasn't on solid ground. And so it's important to remember that, the people that were building this tower in the ancient city, they were also trying to avoid the flood. They were trying to build a tower that they could use to avoid all the bad things, right? I don't know how much you know about, civilizations and history, but apparently on planet Earth there was several civilizations. I believe we are civilization number 6. And so all the previous civilizations have been washed away by the flood. Somewhere it's documented that every time there was a civilization, somehow a big flood came, maybe in the how their tsunamis happen or whatnot. But somewhere I've read that of all the civilizations, that lived on planet Earth, all of them did suffer from floods. And so the tower here signifies that you can't get away from the destiny. So when you focus on the real aspects of the planet, which obviously involve change constantly happens. So it's important to remember to keep yourself grounded and to kind of allow change to be part of your daily life, weekly life, monthly life. The tower is not an actual, tower. It's a symbolic way of explaining that sometimes you have to let go of things that no longer kind of work for you. And sometimes when we hold on to things and we don't want to let go, that's when something happens and our pride gets hurt, or our emotions get hurt, but it is done for our own good to release us. And then the question becomes, what did you learn from that? What happened to you? Because remember, you're here on planet Earth to learn. As long as you learn, there's no such thing as failure. You can monetize everything that happens to you. You can find a way to achieve all the goals that you would like to achieve, as long as they are rooted in your authenticity. And so it's important to let things go, getting into practice of letting things go. Oh, that person was rude to me, I'm gonna let that go. Oh, I was trying to make it to that meeting, but it just didn't happen. It's important to let things go. It should be a ritual on a daily basis, and it is difficult to do. Also, the Tower card is represented by the fire, and the Seven of Cups is represented by the water element. So it's an interesting combination, fire against water. I just really, really like it. But the good thing about this combination is that it is in the past. You're done with the worst. You're moving forward, and you're growing. Now, you do have in the obstacle position the Nine of Pentacles, which tells me in the month of March, watch your money, watch your finances. Don't spend, don't buy, don't focus on activities or things that require money. Focus on activities and things that allow you to do to do things that you want to do, to have fun, to live your life, but do not kind of be living beyond your means. You want to make sure that you're very frugal and that you spend money in a way that's going to help you in the long term. The sacrifices that you make today is going to save you tomorrow. So evaluate your relationship with money. Evaluate why you spend money. Evaluate what makes you feel, like how does it make you feel? Do you feel satisfaction when you spend money? How can you save money? How can you attract more money into your pocket, if you will? Make sure that you are organized. Make sure you're staying on top of your clutter. Make sure that you are focusing on finishing the tasks that you set for yourself. And we do see that there's an authority figure that may be kind of throwing a wrench in the works in the month of March. As long as you create some distance between an authority figure that is quite unpleasant, you should be okay throughout the month of March. But it does look like, it's gonna be a month where your emotions have to be particularly balanced. We do see the Two of Swords in the present position, which is telling me that you may be, having to, maybe you find yourself in a situation where you have to make a difficult decision regarding which direction you're moving to. Okay, so what do I do now? I've arrived at this situation, that cycle has finished, so where do I move forward? This is where you need to have a very clear understanding between goals and values in your life, because goals, are somewhat temporary and values are somewhat more long-term, right? Having to move to another place, that's only a goal. Once you complete that goal, what is next, right? Like if you move somewhere, what is the value behind it? Because you want to make your life better, because you want to create something, manifest something long-term that would, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Because you want to realize your potential, Some people want families, that's a value, but how do you go about that, Some people are not ready to have families, other people are ready to have families and should move forward. So goals and values sometimes get confused, and that impacts a decision. And by the way, every time you make a decision, another universe is created. So be very cognizant and very aware about the decisions that you make and how they fall in line with your goals and with your values, which are two different things. Definitely, the Chariot is letting you know that your willpower, your determination, your self-control is very important. You are in charge. So which direction are you moving to, and what is it that you're trying to create and to manifest? And as I've previously mentioned, towards the end of the month, you will feel like, you've accomplished a lot, and you will feel like you're carrying a world on your shoulders. You do have the Ten of Wands in the clarifying position, which is all about having responsibilities and being accountable and, completing many different tasks. It is important to, work hard and see things through to completion. You do have the Page of Pentacles in the clarifying position. So you may feel a little bit of resentment and frustration that, you're putting in all that time and all that effort, and the reward is not as great as you would like it to be. But trust me, the rewards are coming. And the more work you do today, the more you're going to receive tomorrow, because Jupiter is going to be moving into your sign. It's not going to happen for a while, but when Jupiter moves into the sign of Cancer, you're going to feel like, oh my God, this is so amazing. It will be happening in, I think, 2 years or so. So there is some time that that you have between now and then. But again, all the work that you're doing now is going to pay off like incredibly. You're going to be really glad that you did it. So make sure that you have long-term goals, and make sure you have short-term goals. Make sure you have long-term values. Look at the values that you have. What are your values? What is important to you? Is family important to you? That is something that you can put down as a value. Is having a career that satisfies you, that realizes your potential, is that important to you? When you start working with your goals, with your values, with the quality of your thoughts, with the meditating, with being self-compassionate and caring, when you start kind of getting rid of all the things that are really not necessary in our life, the more simplicity you have, the better success you have. Success comes from simplicity. The more simple you keep it, focus on one thing. You don't need to be great at many different things, just one thing or two things at the most. Let's see what we can clarify with an angel and ancestor card that I pulled earlier. We have Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect. Take some time to reflect on your strengths and challenges and how far you've come. Recognize your gifts. You are a beautiful being who has surmounted so many challenges and expanded in so many ways. Your angels are now guiding you to take inventory of your life, to take the time to note all of your recent experiences, the challenges you overcome, the strengths you've developed, and the lessons you have learned. Your angels want you to reflect on your strengths, in particular, those aspects of yourself that you feel have not been acknowledged by others. Remember when you were a kid, did you become a CEO at the age of 5? No, because you had to learn how to walk, you had to learn how to talk, you had to learn how to write, but you will say to me, well, of course, but I've done all that. But the learning hasn't stopped, because now you're still learning regarding your thoughts. You're learning your emotions. You're learning your behavior. How does your thought, impact your emotion? How does your emotion impact your behavior? Where do those thoughts originate? Do they help you? Do they not help you? How can you feel aligned? So, the learning has not stopped, and as you learn, the more you achieve. The achievement is coming. The weight that you're experiencing is not punishment. You are being prepared for greatness, which takes some time, dear Cancer. Let's see what we can clarify with a mystical wisdom card, and we have Dragonfly. Live life to the fullest. Definitely make sure that you maximize each day to the fullest, that you stay in the present, where you stay focused and really cognizant of trying to enjoy your day and trying to help other people along the way as much as you can. Thank you so much, Cancer. It was an honor doing this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to share and subscribe and leave a comment, and hit me with some likes too. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit me on Instagram. I've become quite a lot better at posting more frequently, so it's really I'm really excited, because I'm working on a project that I want to launch on Instagram. It's going to be different from most other people, and so I am excited to see how it will work out, but I'm still probably at least a couple of months away from launching it, because I'm still working on it. Anyway, thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful month of March.